Angel. Morning, kitty. Hello. Hello, darling. Hello, pretty. Did you like your breakfast? Hello. Hello, my darling. Good morning. It's Monday and it's 7:30 a.m. and it's still dark. I know there's parts of the world where you only get like a couple of hours of daylight. But it's kind of getting in that direction here. Where it's gonna, it's gonna take until about 8 o'clock to, it's that time of year I guess, 8 o'clock to get any sort of daylight happening, and it'll probably go dark around 4:30, 5 o'clock. So, we're not as north as some, but we're north enough. If we go in any norther, I think we'd freeze to death, but it's okay. Well, it's true. Yes, I would. I definitely would. I'm not, no. Yeah. So, I've been doing some research. I'm going to continue doing some research on intermittent fasting. I'm looking at doing this for a little while because I think my body needs a proper reset. I need to give myself some help as far as getting myself into a routine. If I don't get into a routine and I don't, if I fall into old patterns, so I need to have a routine. So what I'm going to do is to get myself ready for this, because I'm not going to be able to do it till at least January. And I know it sounds like a New Year's resolution, but it's not, because New Year's resolution is something that you're going to start on the 1st of January, la 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 la. Well, I didn't say I'm going to do that. What I said was I'm going to prepare myself for the rest of the year to start doing this during the January period. That's only because there are things that I need to get to keep myself in check, to look after myself, to be able to keep an eye on things, because I can't see the doctor every day to, keep an eye on things, or even once a week. Can't even get into the doctors. You're not allowed to go into the doctors. So there's certain things that I've asked for Christmas that are to do with my herbalism business, and so like a blood pressure machine and a blood sugar machine and a stethoscopy thing, because they are necessary. So I have to wait until after I get those to be able to do this. And I also need to get a scales, which goes against everything that I believe in that should be in a house. It shouldn't be there. It really shouldn't. It's a piece of medical equipment to keep an eye on weight. It's not something to sit on every day and go, oh no, I haven't peed yet. Wait. Let me try again. Oh look, I'm 20 grams lighter. Yeah, no. It's not something I'm happy about, but it's something I think I need to keep an eye on. So until then, what I'm going to do is this, is I'm still going to be doing a fasting, but I'm going to be doing it in giving myself a time slot in the day where I'm allowed to eat. So I'm usually up and around and moving at around anywhere between 4 and 6 o'clock in the morning. I usually then don't eat until 7 or 8. And as you guys have seen, I tend to have a cooked breakfast. I don't tend to have cereal. I tend to have a meal as my breakfast, which I prefer, because I don't actually like eating a lot at night, because it does kind of sit there and just doesn't let you sleep. Like last night, I didn't actually go to bed until like 11:30. So yeah, that's what I'm going to do. I am going to look at restricting the amount of calories I have in that time, but considering what I eat, there really isn't that much. And I've been having a look on a calculator today at what I'm planning on having for breakfast this morning, and it's 400 calories. Okay, now apparently for my height and weight I should be having 2,000 calories a day, and I'm like, are you taking the mickey? Unless I sat there and ate pizza and fish and chips and all of that kind of stuff, there's no way that I could actually possibly eat that many calories in a day. And we don't do that very often. The other thing is I can't work it off like other people because of not being able to be as mobile as I would like to be. So all it's doing is sitting there. It's just sitting there, isn't it, love? And it's just staying where it is. Because I'm all getting, you know, to that age when my hormones are going to turn around and go, ah, here you go. Have your puppy fat back. You had a few years without it. Now here, have it back. And I'm like, no, take it back. Anyway, I need to do this for my back. I need to do it for my health. I'm really hoping that it might reset the fibro into a way where I can actually cope with it again. Yeah, so I'm quite excited about it. I am only having like leftover roast dinner vegetables for breakfast with some of the grains, and I'm just going to mix them all up together and just have like a roast veg salad, which is fine. I can do a video on that, that's not a problem. I will be doing other food videos while I'm doing all this, because obviously Danny needs to eat.
No, I don't.
Yes, you do. And then there'll be Christmas. And there's other stuff that I make around the house that, you know, comes in useful. So I'll be doing different videos for this, that, and something else. So if you want to join me on my journey, I really, really do appreciate it. And for those of you who have been, I really do appreciate it. I really, really do. He just needs tea. Yeah, because that would be awesome to see you follow my journey. Thank you. That would be cool. Once I got to the end of this journey, it'd be really, really cool, because it will still be a journey, because I will be creating food for me to eat on a regular basis that is hopefully a lot better than I have been. So we'll just see how we go. And I'm only going to take it one day at a time. The biggest thing for me is I cannot beat myself up. Can't beat myself up. If I screw up one day, I go, do you know what? I really want a Mars bar. I hate Mars bars. They give me migraines. Most chocolate gives me migraines. Which is why I take Feverfew in the morning, so it doesn't give me migraines.
So you can ignore them.
Yeah. Yeah. But, you know, so we're going to see what we can do and try and work it all out and what have you. So I shall see you guys later on. Bye. Hey guys, so this is what I'm going to be making for breakfast this morning. It's going to be a grain mix with some of the leftover roast veg and green veg from last night's dinner. Yeah, so let's get on it. Okay, so I've already sort of like worked out what I'm going to have as far as this. And, you know, because that's the sensible thing to do. I just want to cut them into more, you know, manageable sizes. So that they cook more evenly. You having another brew, love? Aww. Okay. So you get them down to more manageable sizes. Not only does it look more, but it's just easier to eat and to cook all at the same time with the grains.
Yes, I'll feed you shortly.
Alright. Cat wants feeding. Right. So we're just going to get all this done. My roasty onion. Yum, yum, yum. So I don't need to put fresh onion in because I've already got baked onion, which is quite yum. Chuck all that in. Got a little bit of broccoli here. I've had a chat to Tanny about doing all this, and he's like, that's cool. If you get hangry with me, I'm going to get very cross with you. And I was like, okay. Right, so we got our leeky bits. We've got some cabbagey bits, which don't really need to be cut up really, because they're already done. Let's get a few more of those. There we go. So it's actually quite a lot, and to be honest, it's probably, I don't know, a couple of cups worth of veg. So we're gonna pop our little fry pan on, get a little bit of olive oil in there because we want to get things moving. And it's not a bad thing, olive oil. Right, let's bring you guys up here. Ah, ta-da, look at this. There you are. Oh yeah, Tanny made those. That's what left of the Yorkshire puddings. And I did include a Yorkshire pudding in my breakfast, but I've already had it, so, you know, I did include it for my count for today, which is fine. Now, I've never been a big one for calorie counting because I find that, you know, over the years with all the diet fads and all that kind of thing, I've not been a big fan of it, to be honest. However, the intermittent fasting thing is something I've heard about for a very long time, and it's not necessarily a diet thing, it's more of a health thing. Or, for some people, it's more of a spiritual thing. Who knows? What will happen? Okay. So these are still okay. I'm just going to put like the equivalent of maybe half a cup in there. I've still got enough for tomorrow, and that's it on those. I mean, I could do some more. So that one packet has literally done me 1, 2, 3, 4, 6 meals. 6 meals from one packet. So I'm all good with that. See, this way at least my body gets what it needs in a good way. It doesn't have anything that's too hard to digest or whatever. Hang on. Gonna grab a couple of things. I'm also gonna chuck in some of the leftover sweet corn, just a little bit. A couple of them. And a few of our sunflower seed bacon bits, because crunchy. And I am a big crunch girl. I actually crave textures. I don't necessarily crave a food, I crave a texture. So for me, it's crunch, which leads to chips, which is not great. Okay. Now obviously Tanny's not doing this with me, so it's going to be rather interesting. It's alright for those who live on their own or whatever, but not all of us do, and some of us have to crack on and do whatever, and I have to be a little bit careful because we are on a really strict budget, but that's it. That's it. That's all it is. It's not hard. Not rocket science. And doing it this way, we've managed to use some leftovers as well, so that's in keeping with our budget. Now I have said that, oh, sorry, I need to grab a bowl. I have said, hang on a sec, give me a second. What I said was that I'm going to get myself a nice little noodle bowl. So I happen to really like eating out of noodle bowls, and it doesn't matter what I'm eating, but I happen to like eating out of them because they don't tend to overfeed me, which is good. And if it fits, I'll eat it. So one of the things that I have issue with is leaving food on plates. It's an issue that I've always had. Not so much for the kids, definitely for myself. I was very much never allowed to leave the table until my plate was cleared. Hang on, just gotta move that around a bit. Wasn't allowed to leave the table until my plate was cleared, ever. My auntie used to load my plate up on a Sunday when we went to her house for dinner, and she'd say, "Oh, I've got a present for you. You've got to finish your meal first." And I was about 5 or 6. Don't think I was much more than that. I think we stopped talking when I got to about 7 or 8, something around there. Anywho, she'd load it up like an adult plate and say, "Well, you didn't eat your dinner. I'm not giving you a surprise." So I would make myself gorge myself until I was sick to get whatever it was, and she'd go, "Oh, it took you so long that I didn't have it." So she never actually, and of course I was a kid, so I didn't really understand what she was doing. She never actually ever had a prize for me. She never ever had a treat for me, not ever. And I didn't know that at the time, but it stuck in here. And of course my mum never helped. She was the kind of woman that, nope, you don't leave the table until you eat all your food. And of course if it was a big meal, I was never able to eat it all. So I'd be sitting there for about 3, 4, 5 hours, and I'm not kidding, until I finished the food. So I prefer actually eating out of a bowl, and I prefer eating out of a bowl because I can watch my portions better. Because it's easy for me to eat. It's simple for me to eat from a bowl. I can control what I eat from a bowl. So, yeah. Anywho, this is my breakfast. Yummy! Ugh, got stuff in my eye. Oof. Bloody CPAP machine. See, that's another thing. Hopefully the CPAP, I won't need it. Who knows? I might still. Might be nothing to do with my weight. I don't think it is. Apparently I've been snoring since I was quite young and skinny. Mmm. 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 Guys, it's yum. Oh, it really is yummy. I'm gonna go and upload these videos now. And scoff this while I'm doing it. I will see you guys later. Bye.